Welcome everyone in the Bloke community to the grand final edition and final episode of the Paddock the Goals Flood Recovery Series, brought to you by the Bloke Shire Council in partnership today with Roland Media, North Central League, Birchip Cropping Group, Rights and Inclusion Australia, Charlton Neighbourhood House and Victoria Police, and with wonderful funding support from the state and federal government community recovery program coordinated by the great team at Emergency Recovery Victoria. My name's Travis Fitzgibbon. I'm the Director of Community Development at Bloke Shire Council, and I'll steer you through today's vodcast. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands from which we're broadcasting today and extend our respects to elders past, present and emerging. Our final episode, of course, coincides with the North Central League Grand Final Day at the Bort Recreation Reserve, so I hope that everyone has a great, fun day reconnecting with friends and foe from across the league as grand finals are decided across the morning and the afternoon. We hope you're listening from your car today while all the sports take place. And if not, if you're a footy fan or not a footy fan, you can tune in from home and consume the podcast however you choose. You can also catch older versions and older episodes of our vodcasts at the Bullock website, www.bullock.vic.gov.au. But importantly, let's bounce the ball in the first quarter and introduce our guests today for the first term. It's a very good afternoon to Mayor of Bullock Shire Council, Councillor Alan Getley. G'day, Mayor.
Good afternoon, Travis. How are we doing?
Very well, thank you. And we're really pleased to have back with us sports journalist Shane O'Shea, who helped us launch the Paddock the Goals right back in the first round in Birchip with our live demonstration there and got it underway with a bang. So Shane has, of course, recently retired from the Bullock Times after 51 years. Shane, we're really grateful you're joining us today. Perhaps this is a bit of a comeback of sorts?
No, actually, it's pleasing to be able to finish off because it's been another remarkable year, and we've had Nullarbor come in, and it's all set up over 5 months of sport for Grand Final Day at Bort.
Yeah, it promises to be a ripping day, Shane. Can you? You've mapped it out pretty well. Have you enjoyed the season across all grades of footy, netball, and hockey?
Oh, it's been fantastic. And it's a bit of a fairy tale finish for me looking at Nullarbor coming in. They entered 9 teams. They got 7 into the finals, and all 7 of those teams made it through to the grand final, and they've got a chance of winning a number of them.
Now, whilst we're across in our very good neighbouring shire, Loddon Shire, today for the grand final, can you speak to the role that rural community recreation reserves play in community recovery, especially as hubs for social cohesion, culture and overall health and wellbeing? Why are they so important as a priority asset for Bullock Shire Council?
Travis, they are really the conduit to the community. They bring people together from all over the shire and other shires, because obviously Northern Gramps and Loddon Shire have got teams there. So they bring people together. They can have some conversations, catch up with old friends, see new babies. In fact, they're probably the biggest matchmaker in country Victoria, and I know myself and quite a number of people probably wouldn't be married if there wasn't recreation reserves and football days, because in those, when I got married in 86, it's a while ago, I married a netball girl, so did a lot of my mates. So they're a really important part of the community, and that's why we value them so highly.
In a previous life, I often took to the microphone at different country grand final days and did medal presentations, and I used to do the Loddon Valley quite a lot. And often when you were presenting particularly coaches' medallions, you'd end up holding a small child from the coach's brood or one of the teammates. So it's an incredibly important thing that you raise. We commenced the series with some of Shane's early predictions of who would feature in the senior footy finals, and he threw up Nullarbor, Birchip, Watcham and Sealac Daly. You called it pretty well, Shane, with Donald also being decent improvers across the season.
Yes, and I thought Bort might have been up there too, but Bort had a number of injuries, and that injuries accrue a lot of club chances. But for mine, the 3 teams that got to the second semi-final or preliminary final, they've been the best 3 all season. And I'm talking about Sealac, Daly, which won its way into the grand final. And then last weekend we had a fantastic preliminary final. Birchip Watcham bowed out at the hands of Nullarbor, which has taken the North Central footy world by storm. And they've got both Sealac, Daly and Nullarbor got their seniors and reserves in. So there'll be a big turnout from the Mallee, I'm expecting, at Bort.
Yes, the Mallee will descend. So you set us up well at the start of the season, Shane. So what are your predictions for some of the key grand finals for the North Central Football League across any of the grades or any of the codes in footy, netball and hockey? What do you foresee happening today?
I'll start with the hockey, and Witchy proved Narraport and St Arnaud men playoff, and Witchy Narraport went straight into the grand final, and St Arnaud, which is the defending title holder, came the hard way through the preliminary final, but I expect the Demons to win that. Charlton women have been the top side last year and this year, and they also meet Birchip Watcham, which they played last year in the grand final, and I think the Navy Blues will get the job done. There in netball, Nullarbor have got 5 teams out on the park, including A grade against Bort, and I think Bort might win that one. In B grade, it's Nullarbor versus Donald, and I really think that Nullarbor are going to be hard to beat in that one, as they are in the under 14 and under A grade. They play Donald, and Donald's the only team to beat them this year, and I think maybe for the past couple of seasons, so that'll be a great game. On the footy field, we have Donald versus Sea Lake Nandaly in the under 14s, and that'll be a tremendous starting point for the day. Donald won the way into the grand final, and the Royal Blues will be hard to beat. Under 17s, it's a hometown board against St Arnaud, and I think Watt might get the job there. And as I already mentioned, in the reserves and seniors, it's Sea Lake Nandaly versus Nullarbor, and both will be top games. The Tigers have been the top side all year. I'd expect them to win through, but having seen Nullawar's never say die attitude come out on the sporting field, I wouldn't be surprised if they win both of them. But it's going to be a fantastic way to finish off another memorable season of North Central football, hockey and netball. Yeah, it sets up to be a fascinating day. If you're lucky enough to be at the ground in Port today, we hope you're rocking that hat and slathering on some sunscreen. Don't forget to slip, slop, slap and slide. What a roller coaster of temperatures we've had. So just last week we were bundled up in 14-degree weather, and now we're looking at a very warm mid-20s prediction today. So goodbye chill and hello sunshine. Warmer weather over the next few days is going to speed up the ripening of those crops too. So let's soak up some sun and make the most of this day out, enjoying a fascinating grand final day. Whilst those winter crop production in Victoria is forecast to decline to 8.6 million tonnes in 23-24, this is an upward revision from June, the June forecast. So that's good news. Above average rainfall during June made us all a little nervous, and we went back into those flood preparation modes. However, this rain has been benefited with the soil moisture levels, and looks like it'll help maintain really nice crop yields across Paddock and beyond, so it's all looking really positive. Mayor, what are the farmers telling you about the harvest potential for the upcoming season?
Thanks, Travis. Yeah, look, they're all talking it up. They believe it'll be quite good through the Mallee. I travelled through there of late. I see hay on the ground up there now, and that's looking quite good. There was plenty of moisture, subsoil moisture, and the gap between the top and the bottom moisture met during June, so there's a lot of moisture there. Been good growing conditions. There's some lovely canola crops, and all are very positive for a decent harvest this year.
And you'll be keeping a close eye on the Beloit teams competing across the day, Mayor?
I will be, yes. Obviously, both grand finals in the football in seniors and reserves are in my ward, so I've been keeping a close eye on that, and whilst it'll be a fairy tale to see Nullarbor come away with the cups, I just think that Sea Lake Nandaly will be just a little bit too strong.
Alan and Shane, we really appreciate your involvement in this podcast series, which has really helped keep Beloit at the forefront of the minds of decision makers, and we've seen some really good demonstrations of that. We understand that some of our episodes have been used in training for other staff. It's been a very different way to record some perspectives and engage with our community, but I want to thank you each for your involvement across this 10 podcast series. Thank you both so much.
Been a pleasure.
Pleasure to do it. Thanks.
It's quarter time on our grand final edition of the Paddock the Goals.